Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Just gonna turn the music down just a bit. It should be about the same for you, regardless. But I hope everybody is doing well. I hope that the holiday season has been treating you well. I know for some people it can be particularly hard, so I'm hoping that everybody is having a good holiday season. So we are going to get started here in just a second. I'm gonna plug in this bad boy. 1 second, everybody. Alright. Sorry that my schedule has been so wild. It's just the holiday season, man. It just makes everything that much more difficult. But, you know, after the holiday season's over, we'll be back with more consistent stuff. What's up, DJ? How's it going, man? Man, I'm sorry. I know y'all are probably sad. I haven't really been able to do stuff as much as I'd like, man. My job, I've been getting home at like 7 o'clock, and then I'll eat, and it's like 8:30 or whatever after I'm done cooking and eating, and by that time I'm just too exhausted. But next week I should be able to do 2 streams, and then after that, after I do that, then we'll be back on regular schedule. Alright, manga poses, select folder. Loveless! Hello, welcome. Alright, so we're gonna do the typical. I am going to do some gesture drawing, and then after I get the gesture drawing in, oh man, am I dropping frames right now? What's going on here? It's strange because I think my face is dropping here. Let me do this. Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh man. Maybe it'll clear up as we go. I don't know what's going on there. But the camera is like messing up. That's what's dropping the frames. Alright, I think it's cleared up just a little bit. But yeah, we're going to do some gestures, and then after we do some gestures, we will maybe do a quick like fan art thing, and then I'll be done for today. So let's get that going. So unfortunately, I cannot display these references just because they are not, 1, copyright free, and 2, I did not get permission from any of these artists because I am now starting to do gesture drawing based off of references from different manga and stuff like that. Oh, sorry. I gotta restart here. Come on, mouse. Forgot to put on my custom. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, my mouse is driving me nutty. Alright, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I might have to turn my camera off, everybody, just because it's just all over the place. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to turn the camera off for today. What's up, DJ? Whoa. No? I didn't steal them because they're online, so I wouldn't say that I stole these. It's just that I'm not going to post them up because I don't have permission to show them on my channel. There's a difference. Alright, so now we're back to the typical setup here. It would be what would be stealing is if I said these were all from my imagination and I created these poses myself and without any kind of reference and tried to pass it as my own. That is stealing. Yeah. DJ, man, you gotta hook me up with some new music soon. Oh, you're good. I will say which manga and stuff my references are from. So this is from Dr. Stone. Oof. I have a friend too that's like starting to do that is going to start to that's true. But he's actually making beats for me. So we'll see. It is a bit of a hassle, I do agree. So we got this. Don't really know what that back leg does. I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna do something like this. Yeah, kinda. This one's from Jujutsu Kaisen. The one before that was from Demon Slayer, for those of you who are wondering. Even though I think DJ, it's just you on here right now, pretty much. Because the other person is my other account, just in case something happens that I don't notice. But yeah, my friend, he makes beats. He's like my brother. This dude's been in my life like for literally like my entire life. So I just did that, by the way, to tell Coop that. But I did that quick shift, by the way, in that body pose just to make it balanced because he wasn't balanced. I'm sure Coop will end up popping on at some point. But I do appreciate you being here. Hold down the fort. I figured that this this particular stream would have been kind of lower on the viewer scale, just because I haven't posted recently, and when that happens, people tend to not show to stuff as much. All right. This one's from Full Metal Alchemist. This next one, Jujutsu Kaisen. There you go. Yep. Teamwork. Hey, as long as one of y'all is here to get rid of the porn bots, I'm happy. What's up? Nah, man, those bots, they gotta go. DJ, how you been though, man? Everything going alright over there? Also, anybody who has questions and stuff, please be sure to ask. Zakorum? Is that how you would say that name? Zakorum? I have no idea. What's up? Nice. Let me see here. So he has. I'm doing all right. Yeah, this work week for me was like pretty rough, to be honest with you, but I made it. So. And then, so this leg is here, this leg back here, and here, and then this arm. It's a very strong pose. Also just got a text from a worker, so I gotta look at that really fast. Sorry. Alright. Gotta push through. Yes, I do. And get the streams going. Yes, I do. I love these streams, man. I honestly do. Like, it's always nice to have interaction and stuff with all of y'all. I need to get a little bit more of these poses and stuff. Just a few more. This is also a Jujutsu Kaisen reference that I'm using here. So if you want to be a manga artist, I would suggest doing the general thing that I did, which is you'll want to start with poses that are a little bit more realistic. Like pretty much from realism, or an artist who has super realistic poses, and then move towards finding like manga art that you enjoy and poses for manga that you enjoy. And the reason for that is because manga art is so exaggerated and foreshortened that it's difficult to sorry, give me 1 second. It's a great question. Give me 1 second. How do you keep your proportions consistent? So actually what I was just saying is why I was giving that advice, is because if you just try to go right into manga art and looking at like super exaggerated poses and stuff like that, you don't really get a good sense of proportions. But if you do gestures like I'm doing now, like I have done in the past, based on more realistic like artists or even real bodies, you start to kind of just have more of a feel for the proportions. But you also have to understand just proportions in general, like typically the like distance between like here and the bottom of your sternum is about double that head. Elbows are about at the rib cage. Then you get the pelvic region down in here. The distance between the bottom of the rib cage and the bottom of the pelvis is about the same size as the rib cage. Then you're gonna get the legs. Nah, my camera was messed up, Coop. Like it was just like glitching real bad, so I just turned it off. So then you're gonna get the knees, and really the distance between here and the bottom are going to be about the same, and then your knees are at the halfway point. The halfway point of this bottom half. It could be a little bit longer, like I think mine is slightly longer, the lower body, but that's a stylistic choice that I'm making. And then I missed one more, but then hand. Oh, that's fine. I mean, as long as you are making the active choice to make things longer and it's not just a mistake, that's fine. But yeah, hands are, I think, anything between covering up like your pelvic area and the halfway point. The halfway point of the thigh board is fine for the arms. If you have long legs, you want to have pretty long arms too. These are probably a little too long though. Oops. And you don't want to have it. You don't want to have one or the other, right? Unless it's like really exaggerated. Because if you have really long legs and short arms, it just looks funny. But yeah, so you practice. So you have the proportions in mind, and then you practice from realistic figures and stuff. Like standing poses, start there. Practice over and over and over again. Do gestures. I like to do, like, today's session will probably be like a 30 to 40 minute gesture drawing session where I do anywhere between like 5 and 15 to 20 gestures, and I do that twice a week. If you really want to kickstart yourself, try to do it like every other day or something like that for like a few weeks, and then you can go down to twice a week. But this is how you would do that though, like get that consistency in your proportions and stuff. So hopefully that was helpful. So like this pose that I'm getting ready to do from Dr. Stone, let me see something, is it? Flipped on me. Oh well. But this pose I'm getting ready to do from Dr. Stone, if my shortcuts would work, is super foreshortened. So now I have to think about how that is going to impact the proportions. So, like for instance, I'm looking at this character right now, and it's a slight bird's eye view. So it's kind of like this. So I'm like, alright, so that means that the sternum is going to actually appear shorter. So maybe not quite that much shorter, but it's going to be shorter nonetheless. And then the same is true down in here too. So I'm trying to make sure that the pelvic region is also slightly foreshortened, and then you get this leg in here, and this part is also super foreshortened down here, and you just get a foot. This is really, really super exaggerated in comparison to what I have, but I mean, the quick way to kind of switch that up is just to slightly I have a brief break. Alright, I have to quickly. Oof. Man, gesture drawing always gets my arm sore. This is another Jujutsu Kaisen reference, so I kind of butchered this one last time, so I want to see if I can nail it this time. It is a hard pose, because it's slightly bird's eye view, and well, bird's eye view I don't typically struggle with as much as ant's eye view, but so this is mostly arm that we're going to see here. There's not much of the lower body in this particular angle. Let me think here. How is this arm actually going? So this upper arm is kind of like this. And then the lower arm. Coop, I've been alright. I was telling DJ right before you jumped on that it's just been like work has been just so like busy, and I'm just like really happy that I got this week over with, because it was just like crunching me. But how are you doing, man? You been alright? I mean, this isn't the perfect gesture, but it's definitely not bad. So let me quickly shift over to here. Oh, this is the one I was starting to do earlier but didn't get a chance to finish, so we shall finish it. I'm gonna balance this out just a bit better than I currently have it by placing that leg a little straighter. But other than that, I think this pose is going pretty well. And about that. Alright, this is again another Dr. Stone reference. I like Dr. Stone because Boichi has very anatomically accurate art, and he also uses very extreme like poses and camera angles and things like that, which is not my forte. Oh, thank you. Ayoshi Roshi? Cool. It's a cool name. But I really enjoy, and welcome by the way, but I really enjoy these kinds of poses because it's something that I'm still trying to grasp, is these angles and stuff like that. So like this pose is the hips, like there's this there's that's the line that I need to. Yeah, this isn't coming out quite as good as other poses because of the dynamism in it, which is telling me that it's just something I have to work on, which is fine. That's why we do this. So yeah, that's a pose I would want to retry again later. This one is a Demon Slayer pose. It is it's like kind of like a crouching pose. Demon Slayer is a pretty interesting one to look at because there's not very many details in Demon Slayer's work. I don't know who the creator is because I'm an uncultured swine. I can never remember names of people, so I just like didn't even think to try to find out who the artist was of Demon Slayer. Anyways, off of that tangent now, but I appreciate like all kinds of different art for different reasons. Demon Slayer's art is beautiful, but it's also simple, which is hard to do. So it's cool to like get some of those references in there. I don't know where this other arm is. I think it's just kind of hidden. Yeah, I think so. So we'll hide it. Alright, so gestures are complete, which means I like to look at the spoils of war at the end. These came out pretty good. There's a few that I really like. I like this one over here. I like this one. It's a little unbalanced still, but I still like that one. And I mean, this one's not bad for a foreshortened pose, but I think this one's good too. Alright, So I will do a quick, I'm gonna do, sorry, give me 1 second, I just wanna, respond one last time. Alright, so, yeah, I'm gonna just do one quick fan art. What do I want to do? Do we have any recommendations here? I've done one on Chainsaw Man, I've done Dragon Ball, I've done, let me think. Oh, I got one. I haven't done this in quite some time. I do need to do a redraw of this at some point. Oh, what am I saying? I already did a redraw of this bad boy, but cool. So I'm gonna do a quick draw of, or quick fan art drawing of Vash the Stampede, one of my favorites. So let me find a little bit better pose than this one. This is kind of boring. And I'm gonna do the old school version of Vash, not the newer Vash. Yeah, let me do this one. This is a good pose. So slightly less. All right. It's not quite the midline that I want. That is though. So I think it's a good practice every once in a while to do fan art, but it just depends on what you want to do. Like, fan art is really good for learning other techniques if you're just like copying it almost, which is kind of what I'm getting ready to do. But fan art can kind of stunt you a bit if you're not careful, and if that's all you're doing. And the reason for that is because, like, even as a manga creator, you're gonna want to learn how to develop really nice looking characters, and doing that, it's actually a specific part of, like, being creative is in itself a skill that you acquire, and while you can get ideas for that skill by doing fan art, you're not going to be able to create a character from, like, on your own, right? You're basically your fan art is you taking an already existing character and just drawing it, right? There's no part of that process that's, I guess, really getting your own creative juices flowing and you putting together the character yourself. So that's the only thing that I would say I would warn people about with fan art, is that you want to make sure again, this just depends on what you want to do, right? If you want to be like if you just want to do illustrations just in general, by all means, just do some fan art. There's nothing wrong with fan art, but for people that want to create manga and or be like a video game concept artist or concept artist in general or something like that, you need to be able to figure out how to create these characters and what went into the process, and then you need to do it. Fan art will help you with the first part of it, but the second part of doing it, fan art will not help you, because you're just copying somebody else's ideas and work, right? Alright, so this is a pretty interesting pose of Vash, because his hand is actually covering up a majority, or not a majority, but some of his face. Alright. Alright, so I'm just going to get another quick swig. Alright, so let's think about this. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lasso here. And I'm going to pull this down just a bit. Alright, so that feels a little better. I think I just made his forehead a little too big. And then here, alright, so his hand is going to take up, actually, you know what, instead of doing that, let me go new layer. His hand. Also, what I just did is what I would recommend doing if you're doing a pose that's pretty foreshortened, is you want to go into a different layer so you can erase the things underneath what you're drawing over top of, and then after you do that, you can just merge the layers if you want to, or keep it like that, but it will allow you to draw through objects instead of thinking about things that aren't necessarily as relevant. Alright, so It's an interesting hand pose because these two, the middle finger, which I need to pull these knuckles down is what I'm seeing here, but the middle two fingers are actually shortened because they're the ones that are wrapping around the gun, and then the pinky finger actually appears longer because it's I could probably put this knuckle here, but that's just because it's extended more, so it's just a very interesting hand pose. Doesn't have to be perfect. So we will do this. I'm not gonna draw the gun in fully just because I think that would actually get this video demonetized, but I am just gonna put in a block here just as a placeholder. And now I can go in and do some of these facial details here, and probably even pull this down just a bit. Alright, here, here, nope, here, 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 and here. So I actually need to pull his hand up a bit more, so I can do that because it's on another layer. But before I do, I'm just going to go ahead and draw that in. So we have that. For whatever reason, he has the one eye closed. I don't know if he's getting ready to aim down the barrel, maybe. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, the other thing is I think I need to scale this in just a bit more. Scale that one in a bit more too. Cool. So I will back this out a bit. This is gonna wrap around here. Alright. He has ears here. And then I'm gonna take the lasso tool, just bring his left eye over just a tad, and now I can, add his round rimmed glasses that are slightly down his face. Okay, I think that one's good. This one needed to be a little bit bigger. Alright, and up. Probably a little closer. Just a bit. Oh, you're good. Alright, so I think that they could be a bit bigger. Okay. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm doing. Alright, and then out, back. Alright. So he's got these little bangs right here. So I'm putting that in. Yep. Vash. Transform this. Let's pull it up where it should be, which is right here. And now, like I was saying earlier, I can go back in and I can erase this stuff in the inside without worrying too much. We have a relatively clean looking drawing here. I think this eye, I know that I moved it in just a minute ago, but it actually needs to go back out to where it was. So, oops. Because it's a little too close now. And I would say overall, just his head needs to be bigger. Which might have been why it, the whatchamacallit, the hand felt like it was too. Let me pull this down just a bit. And then I'm gonna pull the arm down again, scale rotate back to about here. Alright. Yep. I'm pretty happy with that. That came out alright. Do I do quick pen? Nah, I think I'll stop here. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here for today, and I will come back next week with another vid or two. We'll see. If I don't see y'all or hear from y'all on Discord or anything like that, I hope that y'all have a great holiday season. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. And I will see you next week in the next stream. Alright, bye guys.